Visiting Nepal during the fuel crisis. While reconstruction is gathering pace following the massive earthquakes that hit Nepal on 25 April and May 12, 2015, a new crisis is threatening the country's fragile recovery. A diplomatic spat with India has reduced fuel supplies in Nepal to a trickle, forcing up transport prices and triggering shortages of essential goods. Why is there a fuel shortage? The fuel blockade began on September 23, 2015 after Nepal announced its new constitution, which was seen by some as being unfavorable to the Mautasi people who live along the border between the two countries. What does this mean for travelers? Since the start of the blockade, transport of fuel into Nepal has been limited to small numbers of vehicles every few days, leading to shortages across the country. Can I still get to Nepal? A few airlines have cancelled flights to Kathmandu, most notably China Southern and China Eastern Airlines, but most carriers are still flying to the Nepali capital, albeit with additional stops outside Nepal to refuel. How about by land? Nepal's land borders with India are the focus of the fuel blockade and the transport of goods has been badly affected. However, passenger traffic across the border has always involved a change of vehicle from an Indian operator to a Nepali operator, so travelers can still cross into Nepal by land, dependent on the status of the protests that have sprung up at border crossings between the two countries. Can I still get around Nepal? Buses are still running across the country, but the government has introduced a fuel quota system, restricting fuel sales to certain vehicles on certain days, so fewer vehicles are running, buses are very crowded and fares have doubled to many destinations. Can I still hail a taxi? For travelers renting a motorcycle or car and driver in Nepal, fuel is still available from petrol stations and via black market channels, but prices have tripled, and petrol stations are only releasing fuel to private vehicles on designated days. Are there any other shortages we should know about? Supplies of cooking gas have also been affected, so food prices are elevated in some areas and trekkers are having to pay higher prices for fuel for camping stoves, and higher costs for meals on organized treks. When will it all be over? That is the million-rupee question. The blockade could end in a day, or it could continue indefinitely. Diplomats from the nations involved, and from the United Nations, are negotiating to break the impasse, but with the central bone of contention being the Nepali constitution, this may take some time to resolve.